Let's recap, take a look at some of the highlights, and get thoughts from the start. Well, the scene was outstanding. The crowd, the electricity. There was a moment there where the crowd just kind of were lulled to sleep by the dominance and the perfection.
Look, at the beginning, Mikey was doing well. He was pushing Erol back, but Erol's never been really backed up. He was trying to make an Erol miss, but Erol started taking over as a great champion that he is, and he started exuding his strength and punching power.
I think the first maybe 4 rounds were competitive. They were really interesting because we didn't really know what would happen. But somehow, some way, Erol Spence broke down Mikey Garcia, and right around that 6th to 7th round is when he just completely took over.
Mikey couldn't find his distance. Erol started backing him up with that jab, that left hand. Mikey couldn't find his distance. When he tried to, he was getting hot, he was getting hit too much. He had to cover up, and then Erol was out of the way.
And you heard Garcia mention the reach, the length advantage really fell in favor. We knew it coming in, and certainly Spence took advantage.
It did. There was nothing he was able to do to really offset the jab of Erol Spence. And when you touch somebody with the jab, boom, boom, you know that other hand, that left hand, in Erol Spence's case, is right there for you.
Let me tell you though, Mikey will be a greater champion even after this, because he's one of the few guys who stood up to Erol Spence. Very few can stand up to this guy's power. He moved up 2 weight classes and did it. He'll be better and more confident against anybody he goes to the ring with from now on.
Yeah, Garcia never landed more than 10 punches in any one round. It was a unanimous decision. The judges really, it was a shutout on all 3 cards. I think one judge scored around 10-8. Did you give any rounds in this fight to Garcia?
It really was an amazing performance by Erol Spence. I think early on in the fight, I gave the 2nd round to Mikey Garcia. I think that he was a little bit more aggressive that round, and he was able to land some shots that round. But unbelievable stat that he didn't land any more than 10 punches in any round. Yeah. You never expected that in this fight.
I gave Mikey 2 rounds. Those were early rounds. But from the 4th, 5th round on, Erol dominated.
Yeah, I mean, it was 3-to-1 ratio. Punches landed through 8 rounds in favor of Spence, and then it grew 4-to-1. It was almost 5-to-1 by the time the fight ended.
Yep. And by about the 5th round is when I said, all right, he's just taking over. He was really able to break down. I don't think Mikey Garcia was frustrated. I think he couldn't find a rhythm, and as a fighter, when you don't find a rhythm, you can't get into what you do well. It just never comes together for you. And you know, when you're going round after round against somebody hitting you, it breaks you down. You get slower, you get less confident about throwing and landing, and I think that's what the case was tonight.
And that has a lot to do with Erol Spence. He's the one of the most, if not the most difficult guy to fight. He can box on the inside, box from the outside, tremendous punching power on both hands. He's the most dominant guy I've seen so far in boxing right now.
Well, it was a fight we all wanted to see, and Spence said, look, I want to be, you know, the Floyd Mayweather face of boxing going forward. Took on a guy, a 4-division champ, and just held his own. It was a dominant performance. So let's get your final thoughts going forward for Spence Pacquiao. Is that the next fight?
Man,
Jerry Jones said people will walk across Texas to come here.
I'm a competitor. If Manny Pacquiao is dragging his feet, I'm raising my hand right now. I'm a competitor. I'm ready to get in the ring with Erol.
There was a Spence shot, though, where he said you wouldn't, I think he said you wouldn't sell out a family dinner.
I'm going to sell out a family dinner tomorrow.
Okay. All right, take that, Errol.
I'd love to see Sean. I'd like to see Errol. He said the Pacquiao fight don't happen right away. If Sean, that shot, or any of the other top guys, but I'd like to see my brother Sean to get that shot.
Well, it was an enjoyable performance. Again, hanging in there. Certainly a bit of a surprise that maybe there wasn't a knockout, but Garcia able to go the distance against the undefeated Errol Spence, who looked outstanding.
Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.